Hey kindergarten friends, it is day 1, sound dictation. Ready to get started? You're going to need your pencil and your journal or a piece of paper for this. I'm going to say a sound, we're going to practice that sound together, and then we're going to write the sound on our papers. Ready to get going? Alright, here's your first sound. Shh. What makes the shh sound? Think about it. Right, SH makes the shh sound. Let's practice writing that in our magic notebook. Get that magic finger out. We're going to say the letter names and then we're going to say the sound. Watch me. S, H says shh. Ready? S, H says shh. We want to feel it and see it and hear it. Do it a little bit louder this time. S, H says shh. Good. Now before you write that on your paper, watch me write it up here on the board. When I write SH, my S is going to start at that middle line, curve back, curve around, curve up. H starts at the top, pulls straight down, starts at the middle, curves around, pulls down. As you write that SH, really make sure that your letter formation is correct. Those S starts at the middle, comes down to the bottom, and your tall letters like A start at the top, pull all the way down to the bottom. As you write it, I want you to say our little phrase, SH says shh. SH says shh. When you are saying it and hearing it and writing it, that's really what helps it zap into your brain and keep it in your memory. Here we go. SH says shh. SH says shh. SH says shh. Write that in your journal if you haven't already. All right, ready for sound 2? Our second sound is the W sound. Listen to that sound. W. What makes the W sound? Right, W makes the W sound. W says W. Let's go ahead and skywrite that one using those big muscles letting us stretch out this morning. Go ahead and put that writing hand up in the air. We're going to start at the top. We'll zigzag down, push diagonal up, push a diagonal down, and push a diagonal back up. Ready? W says W. One more time. There's a lot of movements for that arm. Ready? Let's try again. W says W. Do it real big and feel it in all those muscles. Again, seeing it, hearing it, feeling it, that's what zaps it into our brain and keeps it in our memory for later. Hands up, nice and big, nice and loud. W says W. Great. Let's get ready to write that down on our journals. Watch me write it first. When I write a W, I start that middle line. I do a diagonal down, diagonal back up, diagonal down, diagonal back up. We're going to say W says W as we write this letter. Ready? Here we go. W says W. W says W. W says W. As you're writing that in your journal, make sure you are saying it out loud, saying it, hearing it, feeling it as you write it. All right, ready for that third sound? Our third sound is going to be the ch sound. Say that with me. Ch. Think about what makes that ch sound. Right, CH makes that ch sound. CH is a team of 2 letters that work together to make that one sound, ch. Let's write that in our magic notebook with our magic finger. Ready? CH says ch. CH says ch. One more time, nice and loud. CH says ch. Good. Before you write that in your notebook, watch me write it up here on the board. When I'm writing a lowercase c, I start at the middle, curve back, curve around, and my H starts at the top, pulls down, goes back to the middle, curves around, pulls down. As you write it in your journal, I want you to say it and hear it and write it. Here we go. C, H says ch. C, H says ch. C, H says ch. All right, got that? So here is our fourth sound for today. Our fourth sound is the th sound, or the th sound. Well, we just learned about this team, so there's a little clue. What team makes this sound? Right, the team TH makes that sound. We're going to write it in our palm like this. TH says th. TH says th. Join it in with me. Ready? TH says th. TH says th. One more time. TH says th. TH says th. Watch me write it on the board. TH, they're both tall letters. I've got to make sure my T starts at the top, pulls straight down, push across at the middle, and then H starts at the top, pulls straight down, starts back at the middle, curves around, and pulls down. As you write it, say it, hear it, feel it. Ready? T-H says T-H says T-H says T-H says. Got it? All right, so here's our last sound for today. Our last sound for today is the sound eh. Think about it. What makes that eh sound? Right, E says eh. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we talked about that E sound eh and the short I sound I. And sometimes when we're reading and writing words, we get those sounds confused. But if you pay attention to how your mouth moves, it's really easy to remember. E makes you grin, I drops your chin. So what I mean by that is when you say eh, you can feel your mouth move back into a grin. Put your fingers lightly right here on your lips and say eh, eh. So you feel your mouth move up. When you say I, your chin drops. Put your hand right below your chin, say I. You can feel the chin drop. So sometimes if you're trying to write a word and you can't decide, is it short E or is it short I? Remember that phrase. E makes you grin, I drops your chin. All right, so let's get back to our sound, eh. Let's write that in, tell you what, let's skywrite that, get those muscles moving again. Go ahead and put up that writing hand. We're gonna push across in the middle. We're gonna curve back and curve around. We're gonna say our sound. E says eh. Ready to write? Hand up. Here we go. E says eh. Again. E says eh. One more time. Big muscles, real loud. E says eh. Great job. Let's put that on paper. Watch me do the letter formation first. For E, I'm going to push across in the middle, curve back, curve up. Here we go. E says eh. E says eh. E says eh. Make sure you're writing that in your journal, saying it, hearing it, feeling it as you write it. All done? Well, hey guys, that is it for day one. I will see you back for day two.